Hello and welcome to Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For with Jesse Barbin, your weekly mini podcast with essays and lists about music, TV, books, and in general, the painful process of growing up. Thank you for tuning in. My secret shame has always been that the first album I ever owned was Kenny G's self-titled album on cassette. In my defense, it was a gift, but that means that someone was shopping for a gift for me, took what they knew about me, and thought, Kenny G. It was my mom and dad who bought me the Kenny G album, and parents don't know what's cool and what's not. To be fair, I didn't really know what was cool either when I received this gift for my 10th birthday, but I knew enough to know that Kenny G was not cool. Part of the issue was I expressed some passing interest in joining band when I got to middle school, and I had said that I would maybe play the saxophone, so that's on me. I don't know why I would have flippantly expressed interest in the saxophone of all instruments. Maybe I thought it had the most buttons? But I think there was another reason they picked Kenny G for me. My parents were mildly religious, and also I was their first child. They were extremely nervous about the type of media I would be consuming. At the time, middle-class white parents were very concerned about the rap music, so they figured I could cut my teeth on the least threatening album of all time. You can't be corrupted by lyrics on an album that has no lyrics. A parenting masterstroke. As I remember this, my secret shame, I feel bad for both my parents and myself. My parents were trying very hard not to be lame and smothering, while simultaneously being very lame and very smothering. When they gave me that album, I was afraid to tell them they were being lame and smothering. But later in my teen years, I would spend all of my time, often unfairly, telling them that they were lame and smothering. In hindsight, at this point, we were at the top of a roller coaster, about to start dropping and turning and twisting violently. I was rapidly approaching adolescence, and our relationship was about to be changed forever, but none of us realized it. All this aside, I shouldn't be embarrassed about Kenny G. The idea that some music is cool and some music is uncool is just dumb. The fact that Kenny G was made into a lazy punchline as a way for boring people to signal that they had good music taste is something that is ongoing. See Nickelback, Imagine Dragons, etc. And it doesn't have any real bearing on what music is actually good or bad. One of the best things about getting older is the freedom of caring less and less about what people think. That being said, when the subject of what is your first album comes up, I usually lie. The next albums I got for myself were a significant improvement. Number 1, Blues Traveler, 4. I bought this one with my own money on cassette. I was enamored with John Popper's wordplay on Hook. See previous about where my parents did not like me to listen to the rap music. This still holds up, even though Blues Traveler would eventually become a punchline themselves. Number 2, Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory. My friend Daniel got this for me for my birthday one year in middle school. Number 2, Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory. My friend Daniel got this for me for my birthday one year in middle school, and I don't think he realized he was giving me the crowning achievement of Britpop, as well as the best, most cohesive thing the Gallagher brothers would ever do, but that's what it was. And then we ate cake. Number 3 is Seven Mary 3, American Standard. I listen to this now and I realize it's mostly just trying to be grunge so hard it's embarrassing. It did have the F word in it though, which was thrilling to me at the time, and I knew I was on the right track. Later, I would discover punk rock and emo, but that's an entirely different ball of wax. Thank you for listening to Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For. I post a new episode every Monday. If you prefer reading, this is also available as a Substack. You can find me on social media at Jesse Barbin. See you next week.